Okay, I have a bone to pick with the rest of the world when it comes to body confidence and self confidence and actually being a self loving, healthy person. Because what I was taught my entire life is that if I just look a certain way, then I'll feel a certain way on the inside. And long story short, I did that for years. I got to the point of having such strong eating disorders and anxiety about what other people were thinking about my body or about my success, my career path, my relationship status, all of these things that I quote unquote perfected myself. And even at that point, I just still didn't like who I was or what I saw in the mirror. So the bone that I have to pick is that believing that just looking a certain way or having the perfect habits and routines is going to make other people like and love you and going to make you like and love yourself is utter bullshit. And I had to learn this the hard way. I don't want other people to have to learn that the hard way. So it's been my mission to teach this to other people. And I'm constantly having conversations with friends, with my family, with my clients as a body image and confidence coach, because I'm so freaking passionate about this, on how to actually start changing your inner self talk, your approach to food and fitness, and then how you view your body in the mirror so that you can actually take good care of yourself and you can actually feel good about it without having to sacrifice your sanity or your time or your sleep in the process. I'm going to emphasize that this is not about perfection. This is about progress. There is no magical key that makes you perfect in this way or will make you feel good about your body. These are realistic, small steps you can take immediately and every day. Think of it as your starter pack or your beginner's guide for body confidence and body neutral wellness. So, I'm Sarah. I'm a professional body image and confidence coach for women. I have been doing this for years now. And in my personal life, I'm just someone who's really passionate about making people feel confident in who they are. Now, I've been through hell with my body and my mind, everything from anxiety and depression to eating disorders that kept me stuck in obsessive behaviors, limiting mindsets, and extremely low self esteem for years. And I was able to pull myself out of that. I've done so much inner work over the last 5 years to create truly the life of my dreams. I now live in a beautiful place. I run my own business, I run my own schedule. I don't compare myself to other people. I love my body, even though it has changed in weight up and down so many times since I went through eating disorder recovery. And I do feel like I have learned some of the secrets to feeling confident in a world that's constantly trying to tell you that you shouldn't be. And before this, I was constantly stuck in negative self talk. I was exhausted from always trying to be perfect. And I thought that I could finally just hack my fitness and my nutrition to get the perfect body, and then I'd finally feel confident. And I did hit that goal weight. I did get that perfect body, or at least what that meant to me. And I just remember looking in the mirror that day and still hating what I saw. So I've actually been a weight loss success story, and it didn't work for me. It doesn't work. It's a scam. And so I'm going to tell you what actually does work and what actually will help you feel good. Now, again, progress over perfection. These are small steps you can take every day. I want you to feel comfortable adding these things into your life, not like this is just one more extreme. And when I learned these things myself, it felt like I was being set free because I had tried every diet under the sun and I blamed myself. Like, I'm just not consistent enough. I don't have enough discipline. I don't have enough motivation. Maybe I'm lactose intolerant. Maybe I'm gluten intolerant. Maybe I have high insulin resistance, or I don't have the perfect sleep schedule, or I'm not getting enough steps. Like, I had literally tried everything. And I had read so much noise on the internet trying to explain what was wrong with me, when in reality, I wasn't the problem, the system was. And so this is a new system for you. This is progress over perfection. This is leaving behind diet culture and negative self-talk and body insecurity and beauty standards that keep you stuck. And I also want to say that when you step into this higher version of yourself, you will actually become a version that is your healthiest self mentally and physically, that is your most beautiful self internally and externally, and start living your most aligned life, whatever that means to you. For me, that's a tropical island running my own business. Maybe for you, that's living in southern Utah and having 15 kids. I don't know, but you will be that much closer to actually taking action on the life of your dreams because you will believe in yourself, you will see yourself as worthy, and you will have the brain power and the physical wellness to get you there as well. So, the first thing that I had to change in order to become a happy, self-loving version of myself was my self-talk. A lot of people try and change their habits first, and that's great. Having healthy habits, whatever that means to you, is a fantastic thing to strive for. But let me tell you, as someone that did fitness perfectly, who did nutrition perfectly, who did mindfulness perfectly, if it's not coming from a self-loving or even just self-appreciative or accepting place, it will never feel like enough. I wasn't just working out and eating perfectly. I was journaling, I was meditating, I was drinking water, I was obsessed with having perfect sleep, I was going to therapy, I was taking steps to get better at my finances and at dating. I was on the whole self-improvement track. And I never felt good enough, even though on the outside people would compliment me all the time on my motivation, my determination, my discipline, because I was doing it in spite of myself, not in celebration of myself. And self-talk is so sneaky and can be so hard to change on your own because it has been there your whole life. Negative self-talk is like that best friend from childhood where as you get older, you realize that you're only friends because you've known each other forever, but they're actually kind of a hater. Like they actually don't really want you to be better. They don't really want themselves to be better, and being around them really drains you. But they've been in your life so long that you don't even question their presence. Negative self-talk. I have another video on my channel. It's got like a yellow border on the thumbnail right now. And it is a 4-step process that you can carry with you because it's really exhausting to just be like, I'm going to be nicer to myself. We're going to talk about a lot of mindset shifts, but you really do need strategy to make them happen. And that's what I teach my clients. So this 4-step self-talk formula, which does start with just being aware that you have negative self-talk. So no shitting on yourself for that. It is an essential part of the process of changing it. That can be broken down into a 4-step process that you can carry with you each day so that you actually know that you're making progress. But overall, it's just being aware of the negative self-talk, understanding where it might come from, so that you recognize that this isn't a truth, it's just a habit. For example, having negative beliefs that you need to always get perfect grades when you're younger, coming from a parent who put a lot of pressure on you, and that manifesting and always needing to be perfect in your career or your wellness in your body as an adult. Understanding that it comes from them, not from a reality that you actually want to live in. And then taking steps to challenge it and transform it. So changing your negative self-talk is absolutely essential. And again, this is a like 1% each day kind of endeavor that you want to be on. The second thing that you want to do is what I would call like a body positive movement reset. And I'm going to emphasize that if you're someone that values exercise, whether that's a habit you have now or a habit you want to have, what I'm about to say is not teaching you how to be better at exercise. You are likely so inhibited by the negative self-talk and the high pressure you put on yourself around this that if you simply change some of the mindset behind it, you will be more consistent. And I don't actually need to teach you how to do that. If that sounds skeptical, let me explain. When you do a body positive movement reset, you are simply changing your motivations for the action. When I was in my eating disorder and I was obsessed with losing weight, I was, amongst other things, orthorexic, which means being obsessed with being healthy and having the perfect habits. That's why it was more than just food for me. It was sleep and hydration and actual macros, nutrition, and fitness, never taking rest days. I was fueled to run, to lift, to do yoga, to do Pilates from a place of self-hatred. It came from a place of like, your body is not enough, you need to look different. If you take a rest day, it's because you're lazy and you're a bad person, basically. However, I've shifted my mindset to be something more of, I run And I love running now. I used to hate it. It sounds so crazy, but I really do love it now. I love it because it's one of the best ways I've found in my adult life that I can just like tap into my brain and let the anxiety out. Running has become an amazing thing for my mental health in that way. But I hated running when I only did it to burn calories, to make up for what I'd eaten last night, to burn fat, to punish myself. Now, that's an extreme example because so many people hate running. But if you like yoga or walking or stretching, but you tell yourself that these things aren't good enough to count as fitness, then it's all about shifting the mindset. Yoga and walking and even just like meditation, embodied meditation is so good for your mental health. It's so good for your heart. It's so good for your longevity. And it's all about just allowing yourself to see those as valid enough reasons to move your body. We're decentering what your body looks like from our motivations for fitness. I ran a group challenge in my online membership, my Balanced Baddies Club, all about movement and not getting back into fitness through the lens of like how to have a consistent habit, but how to completely change your mindset around fitness. And one of the days was all about this, all about shifting why you move your body to a place of self-love and appreciation. Again, this is something that happens not overnight, but small pieces each day. But one of the ways to make it go a lot faster was that I gave all of the girls in the challenge this movement toolkit. And what it is it just takes all of your reasons for moving your body that have nothing to do with your body, and then all of the ways you like to move, you used to like to move as a kid, all the things that you want to try, all of the things that make you feel best, and you cross-reference those whys and the types of movement. And basically what it reveals for you is that there are a lot of ways to move your body that will help you reach your goals. And it also expands your goals beyond just what your body looks like. So it's a really amazing tool. If you want to hear more about that, then just send me a DM on Instagram or send me an email, and I'm happy to tell you about how I use that tool with my clients and maybe give it to you if you ask really nice. Now, you've realigned your self-talk, you've watched that other video on my page that is the self-talk formula, you've done your body positive movement reset, maybe you've emailed me for the toolkit yourself to build your own copy and shift your mindset and asked really nice. Now, the third thing that you need to do in the beginning of the process, if you really just want to feel at peace with your body, is to break food rules. And food rules can be really sneaky, like maybe they're I'm not allowed to have dessert, or I'm not allowed to eat dairy because it's high fat content, or it's high calories, or whatever it is that you tell us. Those might be really outright and obvious, or like bread is bad. That's a classic one, right? Carbs are bad. But they might be really sneaky and subtle as well. So for example, with a group program I was running, so a group of girls in a coaching program, we were talking about food rules. And one of them, Nicole, shared that she feels really guilty when she eats dessert, but she doesn't feel guilty when she eats dessert and she's on her period. And we explored that a bit more because basically she had this exception to the rule, which was that she was only allowed to eat chocolate or dessert around her cycle. And this was really confusing for Nicole because she would binge eat all of these desserts on her period. And it's perfectly fine to have dessert, of course, but eating at such a high volume and having such a scarcity mindset around it of like, oh my God, this is the only time a month I'm allowed to have this, so I need to have as much as possible. It was exhausting for her. And it didn't make her physical body feel great. So when it comes to breaking food rules and nutrition, we obviously want to find an approach that is mindful of your nutrition, and breaking food rules does not mean throwing your nutrition down the drain. All it means is making it a little bit more simple and straightforward so that you can feel confident in honoring your cravings, in not obsessively counting calories or macros or taking a picture of every meal in your camera roll like I used to do. I also used to meal prep 7 days in advance. Try eating soggy, low-calorie tofu a week after it's been cooked. It's disgusting. You are fully capable of having an approach to your nutrition that is intentional and mindful, but it still makes space for the yummy foods or the things that are maybe higher in calories, or the things that your mom always told you should feel guilty eating, like sweets or crackers or bread. So, breaking our food rules can be done in a daily way through grocery shopping and through meal creation. Taking an empowered approach to grocery shopping and meal creation is something that gives you a little bit of control in a positive light. I call it positive control back in your everyday life. Again, we're not going for a giant overhaul. We're looking to make mindset shifts in the micro moments. And I do have a free resource that I'll put in the description of this video that is called my Easy Eating Starter Pack, and it allows you to make a grocery list and then a meal plan, not a meal prep. It's a little bit less rigid, but it is a little bit of intentional organization for my organized girlies like myself. I'm very type A. It allows you to have an approach to grocery shopping and meal creation that is simplified, that is nutritionally conscious, but also conscious of your preferences and your favorite flavors. And it makes cooking and grocery shopping something that is a lot easier. You don't have to overthink it. You don't have to waste money on it. You don't have to waste time on it. And it's really amazing. So if you want to download that and then email me once you've filled it out, or leave a comment on the video or send me a DM on Instagram, I really want to hear about how that resource resonates with you and how you feel after using it. When I gave this to the girls in my group program, we have a group chat that runs during that, and they were texting pictures of the meals they were making, and the messages we were getting were like these delicious but simple meals with messages like, "This was so easy. I made this with food I already had in the fridge. This filled me up for hours. This helped me release food guilt." And I was getting it from these amazing women who were just making their daily life easier because they had an intentional approach to fueling their body and their mind. And it was just so beautiful to witness. Like I said, I'm Sarah. I'm a professional body image and confidence coach for women. I help my clients find confidence and consistency with their wellness and with their mindset. And if that's something that you're looking for more of, please make sure that you subscribe, that you like this video, and that you leave a comment telling me what resonated with you most so that I can continue to make content that educates you and inspires you and allows you to be the best version of yourself, and that having nothing to do with what your body looks like. And if you're ready for more hands-on help with this, you can send me an email, you can send me an Instagram DM, and reach out to me about my mentorships and just simply ask, what options do you have available right now, Sarah? Because I work with women one-on-one in group programs a couple times a year, and it's a really amazing way to invest in your health, to invest in yourself, invest in your confidence, and really build a life for yourself that is easier, is less overwhelming, is less anxiety inducing, and requires less overthinking just to get through the day and show your body and your mind the love it deserves. Again, like, subscribe, leave a comment. I love you. I'll see you next time.